And the Hangout on Air is now live. The June 26, 2015 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
How has your week been?
Very good.
Just good, just good?
Crazy busy.
Crazy busy.
Yeah, busy.
How about yours, Gina?
Mine was busy until I had a complete stop with no power. No power for days also. And it felt like it took just 2 days to have a completely different lifestyle of living. I could not take a shower in the morning. Getting coffee first thing in the morning was questionable. I know, right? No food from my refrigerator.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the stores around, they had problems with their credit card machines, so everything was all cash. Yeah, very different kind of week for me. And I'm thinking, you know, the Amish they're my next door neighbors practically, and they laugh at us English, that's what they call us, when we have no electricity, because like we just don't know what to do with ourselves. So yeah.
I feel your pain.
Thank you. Yeah, then we had spotty cell phone service. I had to strangle Google on my phone and do ultra power saving.
What happened? Like your power went out like in your neighborhood, or?
It was a severe storm. It was pretty local. There were storms all around, but there were either straight winds or a tornado that actually hit.
I see.
And it took down trees all around.
Wow.
So my county was without power. How much did they say? Like 28,000 people for at least one day, and then they started bringing people on slowly. So they brought in all kinds of workers from all around different states and everything. So it was a pretty big deal.
My assistant works in Pottstown.
Pottstown.
Is that near you?
No, I am close. I'm in between Coatesville and Parksburg, two little towns. It's about 36 miles west of Philadelphia.
Okay.
So it's the suburbs. You know, I'm not out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
There are people around me. And unbelievable that it took it that many days to get power back.
It's probably because you're in a small city.
I don't even know that we rate for city.
Yeah, that's probably why it's like
Yeah.
on the low end of the priority list.
You know, 20,000 people is enough people to like, hey, come on. What's up with this? And no work. I could do nothing. I could go visit people and work at their facility if they were far enough away. But as far as any of my work that I do online, nothing. It wasn't even a matter of no internet. It was nothing.
Wow.
And like I said, even my phone, I had to put a strangle on it. I'd ride around in my car and try and charge up my phone, my MP3 player, because that was the only entertainment I had, was my MP3 player. No
Yeah.
TV, no nothing.
Should have had a hot in a generator or something. Turn your phone off of that.
People on my block have generators on my block because I live on a private road. A couple of my neighbors have generators when the power goes out. During the summer, our power goes out frequently because everybody has their air conditioners on.
Yeah, but it doesn't stay out, does it?
No, maybe overnight. There's been a couple times where, you know, it'll go off like around 3 o'clock in the afternoon and doesn't come back on till the next day.
That I can live with. It was kind of an adventure. It was like, okay, you know what? It's a day off. Let's get some other things done. I'll go shopping. You know, I can fill a day. But on the second day, when I can't do wash, when I can't take a shower, when I can't do the dishes, this is old now. But we got power back. All is good. Our refrigerator's been cleaned out because everything that was in there went bad. So it all went to the trash man this morning. So I get to refill that this weekend. Make sure I have food for the 4th when my son comes home to visit.
Where's yours?
He's in Virginia, but he's going to come back home for about a week over the 4th holiday. So,
That's nice.
yeah, I want to have some food in the house for him. So what is happening with everyone else now that my exciting story was told?
I'm trying to still order dinner.
That app gets an F, Joanne.
No, it's not me. I'm waiting for the kids to give me their order.
Oh, okay.
I should say the kids, the boys, the men. I have to ask them what they want. I could assume, but you know what happens when you assume.
Yeah, well, that one.
That's right.
I'm getting ready to go on vacation.
Where are you going?
Sonoma and Oregon.
Oh, Sonoma, that's close to me.
Yeah, I'm going to NASCAR race.
Oh, you guys are into NASCAR racing, huh?
Actually, this is my graduation, what I call my graduation trip from graduating my son out of high school. I am going on a vacation.
Nice.
I think you deserve it, Rhonda. It was a hard tour.
I do. By the time that I get done, but today, I will need it. Trust me.
I had kind of a funny thing happen today in the middle of while I was doing a presentation, and a local group asked me to do a LinkedIn, like 2-hour workshop for them. So while I'm in there doing the workshop, we started talking about Facebook, and somebody had gone over to my Facebook page and saw that I had like my Facebook cover says something about click here to book a 30-minute free discovery session. So she clicked it, went on, scheduled an appointment, and it all went through that 17 hats. So 17 hats. So it was the 17 hats lead capture. So in the meantime, while I'm doing the presentation, I forgot to shut off my email, and all the emails are popping up. And they all started laughing, but they were impressed because she's like, oh, that's me. I just signed up for a free session. And it came in with the confirmation she booked her time, and 17 Hats automatically sent her the email. And
wow, that is
all I was
really
doing.
cool.
So it was funny because it really it generated an additional conversation at the end about people wanting to know about 17 Hats.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Speaking of 17 Hats, Yvette has some news.
On Facebook, there was that conversation. Is that the one you're talking about, too? Because you remember Mariette put out something about 17 Hats during the week, or was it over the weekend? I can't remember. But you commented on it, Joanne, and you even told me that you could give us a demo.
Yeah. Oh, I'm loving it.
Well,
what I liked about your demo is that you are one of us. You know, like, you know what it is to what we need in an accounting, you know?
Yeah.
So you do the demo accordingly.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use it for how an accounting person would use it, but I do see the potential beyond the limitations that it might have for us as what it could do for your solopreneurs, your service-based, professionals that just work on their own. It saves so much time.
Yeah,
so much time.
I'm curious to know, because I know you use it, right? And I know Mariette uses it, and I wonder how Mariette uses it.
What she is doing, and this is because we've been kind of working on it together. We're in secret. We're doing all these, sharing how we're doing it. But what she's doing is she's actually creating similar to like you would for a tax organizer, except for she's customizing a tax organizer by using the questionnaire area of 17 Hats. So since she's trying to automate the whole process of somebody coming to her website and wanting to use her for taxes, then one email goes out and asks all these specific questions, and then when that's okay, the next email goes out and sends them a link to upload, their documents. And so she's trying to kind of work and tweak that in with trying to get that prepped ahead of time for tax season. But I think mostly right now she's trying to use it just for consulting services, more like her coaching and consulting and stuff like that.
Where do the documents get uploaded to? Can you link?
Well, that would be you would just send them to a different wherever you upload your documents. It's
like
just
for example, on your website.
Yep, send them to wherever. It's just basically getting them. It's the point about 17 Hats is just the automation of the emails, and you can put things on pause. Like if I have somebody that I'm waiting to book, they're waiting for them to actually book their appointment. It'll sit and pause until I get an email till I see that they booked the appointment, and then I can just click start up again, and then the next process will continue. So yeah, but it's a lot of fun to play around with because you really try to hone in on exactly how you do things, and you keep things simpler.
Yeah, that's
nice.
It looks pretty cool though. When I looked into it and saw the demo, saw when you did it, and then I went in there and kind of started playing around. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they were really nice too. And I think I might have mentioned this before, but there are some little tweaks and stuff that were going on. At least when I first did my trial, because I was trying to mess around with the banking to try to see what was going on with the bookkeeping. Which right now I really wouldn't use the bookkeeping for any clients. It's just strictly for me, the workflow automation. But because I was asking them about that, they extended my trial. I mean, they were really nice about it. I was like, I can't get my bank to sync, and I wanted to connect my PayPal, and they're like, well, let me give you some more time, and they added on like another 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks to my trial. So they're really, really good about that.
So do you have the bank syncing now?
I do, just for fun. I just have my PayPal account.
Okay.
That's the only one I sync. But the thing is that the big downfall of we keep on putting in requests for this. The big downfall about their bookkeeping is that every time the bank feeds come in, you have to categorize them every single time. It does not remember categories when you have repeat vendor purchases.
Okay. And so my question is, what would be the advantage of using that to having it sync to your 17 Hats? As opposed to your accounting software, which is where I would.
Well, I mean, if you could, I guess what I would look at is is there a possibility? And it wouldn't be for me. I'm talking about for a small business owner could possibly use 17 Hats if the bank feeds worked like a normal bank feed, and if they actually had they don't have balance sheet reporting, but there's balance sheet categories, but you can't print a balance sheet. So to me, it's just
half accounting system.
Yeah.
That's the reason I like Quicken, because it's half accounting system.
Yep, it's meant for somebody who just wants income and expenses, and so that's why I really wouldn't. If they had it to where the bank feeds make sense and we could do a balance sheet, I could work with it. Similar to like Wave accounting. Like I have a lot of my clients that are really small. I put them on Wave accounting because it's free. And I can run the reports because I know how to manipulate it to be able to get the reports I need. So yeah, but I was just playing around with that just to see how the bank feeds actually work.
And did you say that Wave has bank feeds?
What's that?
Does Wave have bank feeds?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wave connects to, I believe Wave connects to mostly any bank. It connects to PayPal. I think, and it also connects to like Etsy payments. Oh. So I use Wave because I have a few
Etsy people.
Yeah, like professional bloggers and people that sell things online that connect with Etsy. So.
Right.
How much does it cost a month?
Free. It's free.
Wave is free.
No. How much does 17 Hats cost a month?
Oh, if you purchase it, if you purchase 2 years of it, it's like $13 a month.
If you go month to month, it's probably around 20?
Like 20, yeah, something like that.
It's not that expensive.
What's the learning curve? I mean, is it a good fit for people that aren't very computer literate? Do you have to have a certain amount of computer literacy to take advantage of it?
You would have to have. It's not necessarily computer literate because it's very easy and it's a very simple visual system. However, you have to be smart with understanding computer-wise how you can automate a process.
You need to know your processes. You need your processes down first. And
understand what could possibly be automated. So one of the things that I did, one of the things that I changed when it came to people wanting to have initial, my free initial discovery sessions with me, was I hated the telephone tag to book the appointment. So I set up time trade and block off certain parts of the week just for those sessions, and then I send that link. I have that already made up in an automatic email, so they opt in through that lead capture, and then 17 Hats automatically sends them the email. And they book the appointment, and then I get the email confirmation from Time Trade that they booked the appointment, and automatically gets posted in my Google Calendar. And I don't have to, and I don't have to do anything.
Is that something you could do consulting services on with clients, get them set up, and then be a resource as kind of a add-on service?
Do what? Setting them up with 17 Hats? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, be kind of a consulting on that, where you get them set up, and then if they have any questions or problems, then you could intervene. But once you get them set up,
you would support that the same as you would any other online service that you provide.
And the thing is, if you guys aren't aware of this or not, 17 Hats is big in the photography industry.
Well, that's
so if you have a lot of photographers in your area, and I personally have like 8 clients of mine that are photographers, that 17 Hats, a lot of them are using it, and it's almost made. It works the best with that type of video. Or
Donovan said that's why he created it. His wife is a photographer.
Yep.
And that's why he came up with this platform.
Yeah.
Now, hey, Joanne, speaking, do you, since you work with photographers, do you like working with them? I'm assuming so, since you have 8.
Well, here's the thing. I ended up getting so many of them because like about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I did a presentation to a group that one of my networking friends ran, and it was I think it's called Pug, I
saw a video where you guys were dancing. Is that the one?
No, okay. No, I don't think so. But there's a group called Pug, and it's a website where you can send, they can host their images up there and get them printed and stuff. It's like some type of a software, and so they have a user group. It's like a software user group once a month, and this one lady asked me to do like a bookkeeping basics video for them. So or not a video, a presentation. So I went and did I called it Rockstar Record Keeping, and did this 45-minute. I did this 45-minute presentation, and after that, I picked up 4 of those photographers came on board and are clients of mine. So
and then they just started talking to all their other photographer friends.
Yeah, so now they're just spreading the news with the photographers. Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you like doing bookkeeping?
Do I for photographers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really do a lot of their bookkeeping. See, my focus in this area, the majority of my clients, I train them to do their own books.
Okay.
And then I just look over their shoulder, and I do their tax planning, and I do more consulting, cash flow management, and help them read their financial statements and all that fun stuff. So I don't do a ton of bookkeeping, but the photographers all do their own books with...
And then you just overview and...
I just check it because I've taught them so well.
Nice.
I taught them so well, so they
So if anyone has questions on 17 Hats, write them down, think about it, because in 2 weeks we'll be having a demo.
Nice.
Is it Mia or is it Donovan that's coming on?
Donovan.
So Donovan himself will be hanging out with us on July 10th.
So does it integrate with other programs if you want to use Xero or QBO as your accounting systems? Or?
Nope. It's $13 a month, Dennis. Does not integrate with anything.
You can always hope.
Well, do you really want it to, though?
No, for me, no, I don't really need it.
Yeah, I would want to keep my bookkeeping away.
So it's basically you could use it as a standalone, booking system or workflow management system.
It's a workflow management. That's all I use it for, and I keep track of my leads too. So there's like a little section where you can keep track of your cold leads, your hot leads, and what status you're at. Like, did they book the appointment, and what else you have to do for them. You can have it all. You can be able to just visually see it all right there.
Like a CRM on steroids.
Kinda, yeah. I don't think it's steroids. It's, like I said, it's $13 a month.
Yeah. I started using, I know that Joanne.
2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, sort of high protein drink or something.
Exactly.
Give it a little kick.
I have another interesting challenge though that I'm giving myself for the month of July. I'm participating in this thing online called One Book July for planner addicts. But along with that, what I'm doing is I'm going to give Trello a try for 1 month for just all my task management and my to-dos. So
wow.
I'm gonna stop my GTD and Evernote just for 1 month. And I want to see. I know it's something different.
You're gonna go through Evernote withdrawal.
Well, I'm still using Evernote for reference stuff and for client notes. I'm just not tracking my to-dos and delegating tasks like I using the secret weapon. So all my to-dos and stuff will be done inside of Trello.
Does Seth have any videos on Trello?
Yeah, I think he does.
James left us. Okay.
Yeah. Listen.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
This is Susan.
Go ahead, Susan.
Okay. If it's okay, if anybody will participate in this information, Joanne just gave us, some of her answers, but how does everybody else go about getting new clients?
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit too. We talked a little bit about Chamber of Commerce before we went live, and how that's been working.
Not working.
Or not working, as the case may be. Dennis has a not working experience with the chamber. I think it depends on your area, actually.
What I say is that you really need to understand what your ideal client is, and are you going to find them at a chamber, or at least are you going to find a gatekeeper at a chamber that would introduce you to those kind of clients? Because if you're not going to find the kind of client you want, or someone who could introduce them to you, no matter how much fun you're having, you're basically wasting your time.
Right. Depends on what the chambers in your area are like. For me, going in, saying that I was a QuickBooks advisor and I can clean up their QuickBooks, I would get people coming to me. I would go to a chamber networking event and pass out cards like crazy. There's also other groups now, BNI.
I tried BNI. I didn't care for it, but I don't know. Have you guys tried it?
You know what? I tried a lot of them for our business. They seem to be, at least for us, they seem to want to use your services, but want an extremely heavy discount.
I was like a member of a former BNI group, and what I found is that most of the businesses there, their focus were consumers, like hairstylists, dietitian that sold diet plans, and that kind of thing.
Ours had a lot of real estate agents in it. Yeah. Things like that.
So I actually run my own networking group. I know that probably shocks you. Because I have an office outside the home, but it's so easy to start one, and you can actually find a place near you to actually start pulling in people for your own networking group. But I've been running it for probably about 4 years, and we have a great group of people right now. We almost treat it like a mastermind. It's like the water cooler crew, and there's so much, once people come in and become a part of it, there's so much business that ends up happening and connecting Everybody's connecting each other, and it's
what's
just.
your focus, Joanne? Is it small business? Is it something else?
What do you mean, the focus of the group? It's what I do is I have a rule that right now we have like 200 people members on Meetup, but there's only so many that I allow to be face-to-face members, meaning people that are allowed to attend the meetings, and they can't be in conflict with somebody else's business. And we try to get the people who are more network marketing related. We really put them through their paces to see if they're serious about networking or if they're just trying to come in to sell their,
That's kind of like B&I. B&I, you can't have somebody that's a competing whatever line of business you're in, and it's always referral. You're expected to give a referral and get a referral at the same time.
So we don't do that. Yeah, we don't have those type of strict rules. It's more for us. It's kind of building, everybody helping each other to build their business. So we'll come to the table and everybody will say what we're looking for today, like what type of client we're trying to connect with, and then if we have a problem, we'll say, I have this issue, can somebody try to help me? And then we go around the table and we try to help everybody. And then every other week we'll have somebody from the group will stand up and do an extended presentation telling us more about their business, or so that we can understand it more and so we can try to connect them. So
Joanne, that is exactly what I have done. I have just I started the group, and I've already got the group set up on Group Spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been talking about it, but right now I don't have the details on the page. Like, it's not real pretty.
Mm-hmm.
There's no pictures. There's been no events or anything like that. There's no other member. I've just been talking about it, and the people that I've talked to at networking meetings and stuff have been very receptive to it and want to know, and exactly what you said about it's informal. It's, just to sit around and learn about the other businesses and just support one another. Hey, what are you having a problem with? Or what are you having success with, and things like that. That's exactly what I want this to be.
Yep, and I think in the way you have to approach it, Susan, is after a while when you're the one that is the leader of that group and you're the one that's kind of directing the group and this is how we should do things and this can help us and how can we help each other, find different, connect us with different clients and that type of thing. It's naturally the people are just going to start coming to you. I have two groups that I'm a part of, this group and then my women's group that I get a ton of referrals from. And then the other thing I do is I actually do all these workshops around this area locally, and the majority of them I do for free. And every single time there hasn't been one workshop that I haven't gotten a client from.
That's awesome.
And it could be nothing to do with accounting. It could be I do a Twitter 101 workshop, and when I'm done, I'll get somebody for social media consulting, and I'll get a bookkeeping client or a tax client out of it. So again, giving your information, giving your knowledge for free really shows people that they really can depend on you and trust you and that you know your stuff.
So how do you get the word out about your workshops?
Social media. Facebook ads. I don't even have an email list. You're going to find that hard to believe, but I don't even send out newsletters or anything like that. I'll just do a Facebook ad, and I am a member of a local women's group here that has about 100 members, and I can get anywhere between 15 to 20 people that come to the small little workshops that I do, and it's so hand-holding and close, and people really appreciate that attention to detail and the amount of information I give them that at the end they're just like, yeah, here, they're throwing money at me.
Yeah. Well, so where do you hold your workshops?
At my office. I have an office. I have a conference room.
I think the key is you need to be dealing with decision makers. I think the thing that makes Chamber of Commerce is so ineffective is that you're, I'd say at least half to 75% of the members are employees that someone is sent to, by their employer to market the business.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot more sellers than you do buyers.
Yeah, I specifically try to hone in on who my ideal client was, and those are the
Right.
people I reach out to try to get them to
Right.
come in my group.
Right, exactly.
The service-based people, yeah.
Nice.
They can make a decision about your business.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had mentioned Meetup in addition to that. So you do Meetup in conjunction with your group?
It's the same thing. That's where people go and sign up for the group at the Meetup website. Then you get all the emails. So every week, because it's a weekly meeting, they get a reminder email. People say that they've attended. It's a little social media going on right inside of Meetup. People say it was great to see you. They make comments about the event. And but like I said, the people that actually come to the group and that I consider face-to-face referral members have a special title that says face-to-face member insurance, face-to-face member financial advisor, and
And so how have you chosen those people?
Well, it's usually the people. The first thing we put them through their paces. We say you have to come to at least 4 meetings. You have to make it look like you want to be a part of our group. We don't want people to just come in week 1 and then come in week 2 of the second month. We want people that are showing up every single week.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
And you're finding that the weekly meetings are not too frequent?
No, they love it because everybody always has questions. I mean, and it's you wouldn't believe. I should record one of the sessions once. You wouldn't believe how much people answering questions. Oh, how do I do this? Or I'm trying to connect with this person. Does anybody know anybody at the local hospital? I'm trying to get inside of a school district, and there's like a slightly different group each week because people do miss 1 or 2. It's not a big deal, but there's a different group each week, so there's different questions.
So what's the name of your group?
I'll put a link in the chat just so that you can kind of see the meetup. But the meetup is about $140 a year to run the website,
Right.
and I charge each member literally $5 a year. I tell them to start saving up because it's a big investment.
So how long are your weekly meetings?
What's that?
How long are your weekly meetings?
An hour. 1 hour. That's it. In and out. Here
I
it
bet
is.
you that's hard to keep that time schedule. Wants to
Yeah.
go on forever.
Well, actually, they do, and sometimes I don't mind. And I also encourage them after the meeting that if they want to do one-on-ones with everybody, that they can stay in my office and they can just stay in my conference room and have a one-on-one.
Nice.
That's the link to my meetup.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you,
I
Joanne.
set mine up for group spaces simply because it was no cost,
Mhm.
and I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if there was going to be any interest. So, I mean, I'll just see, and if there's interest and they want to move it to Meetup, and it's okay with them, for the members. And like you said, I don't want somebody coming one time and trying to sell everybody. I want an ongoing commitment, to the group, to offer support. And
So how does that site, does that have like an emailing feature?
yeah.
Okay, because that's what I really like about this meetup is that meetup, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it before, but at least in our area, it's very, very popular to be able to find networking opportunities for you in your area. It could be not even business related, it could be like single moms, it could be
A knitting
group. There's all these type of groups that are on Meetup. So what happens is that, like I said, I've accumulated where there's maybe, actually there's 328 members. I'm just looking right here. I have 328 members, and I can, with a click of a button, send them an email and market to them.
Nice.
I could send them a link about my stuff. And so one of the benefits of being a face-to-face member is I allow them to send up to 1 marketing piece a month to the whole group. So that's another way that they can actually get in front of the other 300 and some people.
How do you find time for all this?
I was wondering the same thing.
Well,
17 hats.
the thing, 17 hats saves a lot of time, but I have to tell you, I mean, I have 2 employees that do a lot of the book work and a lot of my admin work and a lot of my running around, so I have more time to be able to do this kind of stuff and keep the clients coming in and do the consulting stuff. kind of what I've been doing is branching out a little bit more so I can do more fun stuff and not have to crunch numbers.
Yeah, that's ideal.
Because because my son, who is 25 years old, and he's been with me almost 2.5 years, I'm trying to train him so that he can get up and be at the point where he can do a lot of the accounting stuff, and then he can just take over that part of the business, and I can do the consulting side of it. That's the hopes.
Nice, nice.
Good.
Does anybody else have any other groups or networks that they work with that's working for them as far as bringing in clients?
Well, what's worked for me is I'm connected with a few CPAs in the area. And so they refer, bookkeeping clients to me, and then I refer tax clients to them. And the other thing that's helped me a lot is I have a web presence, the internet. I'm just, a lot of people sometimes call me and I'll ask them, how'd you hear of me? I just typed up bookkeeper, Walnut Creek or Concord or Bay Area, and you're the first one that shows up. So those are the ways how I get business, and I would say about good 70% of my clients are referrals, and the rest come from my website.
Yeah, it's kind of like me. I get a lot from referrals. Like this one meetup group I belong to, Shelley Robbins. Her group started originally as a meetup group, and now it's doing the Seattle Sync. They're kind of affiliated with Doug Sleater quite a bit. He's come up several times, once a year for doing a sync or a boot camp. Although I don't think he's coming this year, but I guess Seth's coming up on the 30th for
Seth
our boot camp.
and Dawn will be facing off with QBD and QBO.
I think Dawn's going to do it remotely.
You think, pardon me?
Yeah.
I think Dawn, is she going to be there or is she going to be doing it remotely?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she'll be across the country. She's based out of your area, Joanne.
Where's that? What area? Where's she?
Connecticut.
Utica?
Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut. I thought you said Utica. I was
No, your area.
Gotcha. Yeah, my area of the state of the U.S.
Right, right. So she'd have to seriously travel.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility she does. I'm not sure. It should be interesting. It should be lots of fun.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Are you going to be there, Dennis?
Yep, I'm planning on it. I've paid for it, so as far as I know, I'm going to be there. It's I haven't been to a meetup for about a year. It's just been harder to get out. Plus, I'm not doing as much QuickBooks stuff as I used to, but I wanted to, see everybody. So it was my kids are out of school right now, so it's a good time to do it.
Burn up on your marketing.
Yeah, I've basically I probably just mark myself as a tax person that they can refer.
We lost you there, Dennis. Okay, let's move along. Dwayne, what do you do to bring in new clients? You're muted, Dwayne.
Answer this one.
Dennis, we're not hearing you. You're in and out. Dwayne, are you with us? Still not hearing Dwayne.
I can't hear you.
He's muted.
Darn Google.
I know, right?
Stop it. What was I supposed to order? Who gave me the order for Chinese? What was I supposed to order? Anybody remember?
Oh, Mandarin chicken, or what was it?
Mandarin
beef. Mandarin beef. I don't see it on here.
That was James that said that.
Beef or Mongolian beef?
I don't know.
Dennis added Google Effects and then he left.
Uh-oh, see how he is? That's not good.
All this technical stuff.
My goodness. I always like the lo mein, though.
Dwayne, we can't hear you. Would love to hear what you have to say.
Most of my clients come from client referrals and my website, Dwayne says in the chat. Awesome.
I think at this point, most of us hear that that's the case. You know, once you get to a certain point in your business, referrals seem to be the best way of getting new clients.
Yeah, and a lot of my clients do refer me, or they either open up another business. Some of my clients have 3 to 4 companies, and they want me to do their bookkeeping for all of them.
Nice, nice. I've kind of refocused. I've gone from QuickBooks training, setup, cleanup to bookkeeping. So I feel like I'm back at the beginning as far as bringing in clients. I mean, there's lots of people out there with QuickBooks files that need cleaned up. I'm not sure that's where I want to focus all my attention anymore.
Interesting.
Kind of hard to value bill on that.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing. Very, very rarely would I go into an office that things were the way they told me they were while I was talking to them on the phone. And many, many times I would find out I was like the second or third pro advisor that they've gone through trying to get their problem solved. They try the cheap way first, and then those pro advisors, you know, didn't know what they were doing, or whatever their method was didn't work. So I'd have to clean up that before I could even start on the problem, and they surely don't like paying for that.
Yeah, they've already paid once.
Right. But then once I do get a client, they kind of stay with me for life.
Are we meeting next week? Next Friday?
For that?
Yeah, are we meeting next week?
Yes. Because of the holiday, is that why you're asking?
Yeah.
The 4th is on Thursday, Friday is the 5th. Yes. Plan on it.
Who takes time off for the 4th? Come on.
Yeah, really.
I just wish somebody set my house on fire every 4th. Get a lot of people shooting fireworks.
My neighbors out behind my house have a little cannon that they like to set off. It's kind of fun, actually. They put paper in it and boom.
No, Gene. Next Friday's the 3rd. The 4th is on Saturday.
The 4th is on Saturday? Oh, you know what? You're right. I was looking at June.
Well, the reason why I asked is because there are people that take that day off. That's their holiday for the 4th.
Right. But no, I was still planning on coming, and then the week after that is the 10th and our 17 hats.
Yay.
Yay. And Seth mentioned today that he's going to be doing house call next week. That was the one that Linda Russell was interested in and was talking about.
And which one?
House call?
Haven't heard of it.
House
Oh,
call
yeah.
professional.
Uh-huh.
So that should be interesting. Okay, Yvette's going to leave us early today, too. So, bye, Yvette.
Bye.
We might have an early show. I mean, is there anything? Dwayne, can you talk to us yet?
No.
Still no.
I don't think Dwayne has a microphone.
I think he does, but it just is not working or cooperating.
Can you hear me now?
Yay!
I had technical difficulties here.
The crowd goes wild.
Okay, so you can hear me better, yes?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, so now I can answer your questions.
Okay. Now we're hearing it.
Oh, you are?
Do you have it up?
Okay.
Nice?
I'm gonna hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn it down. If not, I'm going to have to put it in the other plug. Okay.
Uh-oh.
How's that?
Better.
Is that better?
Yeah, I'm not hearing the echo.
Is that better?
Can you hear us?
Now I can. Yes.
Okay. Well, Dwayne, do you have anything that you would like to talk about today?
Yeah. You know, has anyone had an experience where you were working in a company file and it was working pretty good and then it started doing funny things like getting stuck in the different transitions of the menus? Like, let's say if you go into the if you're looking at a P&L report and then you click on the submenus, does it get stuck?
What version are we talking, desk or online?
Desktop, 2013, 2014. And then once you close out the file, then you get an error report.
That does not sound good. Is that on a single computer or network?
It's on a single computer now. It used to be on a network. Laptop.
So it's happening now that it's on a single computer and it did not happen on a network?
Yeah, it does. From time to time. Yeah.
Have you looked into corruption? Have you verified the data?
Yeah, I've done verification of data, and they said there's no problem.
And obviously there is. It's not a Windows or a XP machine, is it?
It's a Vista machine.
Well,
There you go.
Okay. Well, that was easy.
No, I'm
Actually,
serious. I don't
that's
think
my go-to
13 works
response.
on anything less than Windows 7.
Yeah. Okay. Will do. Okay. That's all that I can think of right now.
I have a question. Was anybody watching the free stream in NAN?
Okay, I'm going to have to mute you again, Dwayne. Sorry.
Okay.
Got an echo
That's okay.
happening.
There we go. There.
Okay. Dennis, repeat your question.
I said, did anybody watch the free streams that NAN was doing on their Scaling New Heights? It was like 6 o'clock in the morning here, and I didn't feel like getting up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I tried, but without electricity, it's kind of hard to do these things.
Oh yeah, that's right, you were.
I was more worried about watching the weather and when was the electric coming on. I had very limited time for my devices.
Yeah, I hadn't heard too much about it. I was trying to read something. They had like I guess they're calling it the account. Now they're calling it something else, the newsletter. I can't remember what it was. William Murphy had a post. I hadn't finished reading it yet, but they were talking about the conference. Like I say, since I've been kind of getting away from QuickBooks, my interest in it is somewhat diminished too, you know. Although I'm still a member of NAN.
Okay. Wayne says he wanted to see it, but he missed it too. It just was not the right time for me. Well, obviously nothing was, but.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not repeating it, so it's like you had one shot to watch it.
Misha,
Yeah.
you've been quiet today. What's happening in Misha's world?
Stress.
And how are you handling the stress, dear?
Let's just say I ate a pack of marshmallows last night.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's all sugar.
Yeah. Better way to handle stress is get on the treadmill.
Yes.
And I chased it down with some alcohol.
Nice. That's my girl.
No, my big project, I got some discouraging news about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'm not sure whether to move forward or not. The attorney, I have to have like some conversations with him to see whether going forward would make sense and stuff like that. So.
Did you push all of your other work aside to do this?
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, okay. So you can refocus.
Yeah.
And start doing some marketing things we talked about. You have to get out there and pound them streets.
Yeah, I actually had a new. Why am I echoing?
I don't know.
The headphones are echoing. I had a new client referral. You're gonna love this. Their bookkeeping is a composition notebook.
Well, that's the best.
Well, anything you do in that case is a good thing, Misha.
Exactly. So they don't really speak a lot of English, so it's going to be, yeah. So the son is helping translate, but the son isn't 100% invested either. So I'm like, how are you going to get me to invest? I'm not going to do it for you. You know, I'm working with you and showing and teaching you how to do this stuff. So.
Well, maybe the answer is to do it for him. You don't want to do bookkeeping?
I'll do bookkeeping, but not a composition notebook. What's wrong with you?
No, I'm not talking composition notebook.
What's wrong with you?
I'm talking QBO. Hook that puppy up to the bank.
It's a restaurant.
Okay, got it.
I wish I could say, yeah, let's go QBO. You'll be good. No, they need full everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking at least a year commitment, researching different POS systems, restaurant software, and then training them, getting everybody up to speed. The parents don't use the computer, so it's like, I gotta
do that the cash flow to pay your bill.
Well, apparently they're getting money. They have a credit card machine, and money is going into the bank account. But apparently they can't tell. They have a bookkeeper that all they do is call them up once a month and say, we're taking X amount of dollars for your state meals tax, and then they take this huge amount of money, and the guy's like, well, I don't understand. How do they know how much to take? I'm like, you are charging meals tax, right? And he's like, yeah, but do you know at the end of the day what that meals tax amount is, so you know what the total is that's going to come out? He's like, no, it's all part of the total. I'm like, really?
Like, how do you get to the total? You include the sales tax.
Exactly. So I'm like, and they have a bookkeeping service. They have an office in town. Like, they're using a bookkeeping service for this. And
sounds like bookkeeping people aren't getting the proper information either.
Either that or they're making it up as they go.
Well, that could be too.
Maybe taking a little bit off the top for themselves.
I don't even know. So I said, well, because within the state of Massachusetts, you can have an account online where you can see what's being paid, what all that. I'm like, did you get an account with that? Did they sign you up for an account? I said, you need to ask them if they have this. And
well, you know what it sounds like to me, Misha? You need to talk to that bookkeeper. Bookkeeper's English?
No. Well, yes, but they're more, they go to the, all I have to say is woosa, woosa, woosa. Because when I saw, because he was like, oh, I'll show you when you get here. Now I'm thinking he's probably going to pull out a computer and say, oh, this is what we have. No, it was a black and white composition notebook.
They give that to an auditor.
And I'm like, what would you do if you're ever audited? I'm like, how do you track your expenses? Like, he goes, well, sometimes they'll pay by card, sometimes they'll pay by cash, but I'm like, do they give you the receipts? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Okay, and nothing matches anything with the bank account.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you need access to that bookkeeper.
So I'm like, I don't know. What are they doing? How are they even able to file taxes with this stuff?
Right, because you can't guess.
And it's a sole proprietor.
Are they filing taxes?
They apparently are, and they're getting charged an arm and a leg for it.
That's because the people that are doing the taxes don't get good information.
So I'm like, okay, I really need to learn a second language first. But I'm to the point now where I'm just, like Joanne says, I'm trying to back off of the day-to-day, and I'm getting ready to set me up with a cloud server, and I'm hiring me maybe 2 or 3 bookkeepers, and I'm just going to expand and have them do all the work. And I'll just meet with folks and do the overseeing of everything, because I swear I have an ulcer or two.
Yeah, no, good.
The stress level is just ridiculous. So
it could have something to do with the bag of marshmallows you ate.
It was just a one night, just one bag, one night. I mean, granted, if I had gone to the Dollar Tree, know I would have had a haul. Come on now.
That would have been a big haul.
What? But I had gone to Walmart to pick up a couple things, and I was leaving the store, and I saw the email that told me that things might have gone south, and I was like, "Are you friggin' kidding me?" So I grabbed a bag, one of the big bags of marshmallows.
Were those the big marshmallows?
The medium ones, ones.
Oh, but you know what I'm talking about? Those big, huge campfire ones
yeah.
that are big as your fist. Oh,
yeah,
I love those.
I was gonna do those, but I said no. So I got outside, and I had the damn marshmallows in my handbag, and I'm driving. And by the time I got home, half the bag was gone.
Oh,
that's nice.
And then I got in, and then I'm like, and I kept eating, and then I was like, my sister gave me some alcohol, and I was like, oh, pop that. Chased it down with some alcohol, and I was like, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah.
I've done that, but I've done that before, though. I've gone into Target and just been, like, cranky and hungry and starving. Of course, this is before my new regime. Mm-hmm. And I'd go into the candy aisle, and I'd get my favorite, which is the Cinnamon Bears at Target, the really soft ones. I would pick up 3 bags because one is gone before I even check out. And then I pay for 3 of them, and then I bring the other 2 home.
But
I can't do that.
Not good for you. You cannot. You can't do it anymore. No. I learned that this week. I mean, as much as I could have stressed all I wanted to for 2 days, not being able to. I had no email hookup. I had nothing. I had no phone. I had to call in remotely to get my phone calls. I mean, accounting. There are no emergencies in accounting. You're going to live through it.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, you're going to live through it. The problems are the deadlines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll probably have to pay more for missing deadlines, but you'll live through it.
Yep.
Yep.
Emergency.
I get to fire a client next week. I'm kind of excited about.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to pay his bill.
That absolutely is the best time to fire him.
It is.
Paid.
Yeah. He doesn't owe much because he prepaid, but he went over a little bit, and so yeah. So everything's all said and done. As soon as that gets paid, we're gonna.
And why is he being axed?
Because he was the one. I don't know if I bitched about it on this hangout or not, but he is the one who called me or emailed me and insisted on April 14th that I do his tax return.
Oh, this guy. Okay.
Yeah. And I said,
and
he's like, I demand that you do that. And I said, well, first of all, nobody tells me what to do. Obviously, you don't know me. Because you can blankety blank blank blank. You can just imagine what went on. And I'm like, I'm not even going to be in my office until the 20, I mean, I take like 4 days off after the 14th anyways. So I said, it's not happening. You're on extension. Bye.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're done with him. He's no longer on extension, and he owes you the money.
he owes me like $42. So I'm giving, and I think he'll pay. I think he'll pay. I think he'll pay. He's pretty good about that. But then after that, he's done so.
Yeah.
Until next year on the 14th when he calls you again.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah, it was just a whole. He sent everything in at the last minute, and he was like, "Yeah, is it getting done?" I said, "No, I told you a week ago you're going on an extension." Don't you remember that? He has selective hearing.
Wow. Well, I'm not as stressed out as I was yesterday. I feel much better, but I also have like 4 other potential business opportunities that I'm trying to develop as well. So it's not like I'm lacking for ideas or anything like that. So it's just that this one was humongous.
Yeah.
This one was life changing. So. Well, my life. So, yeah. So I'm gonna regroup and decide. Okay, I'm gonna do if I'm even gonna proceed, and from there I'll start working on the other stuff. But
Awesome.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look to expand and hire a couple bookkeepers and a couple tax preparers. And expand out to do more work because I realize I can't take on any more at the rate I'm going. Plus, I take care of my mom, so I want to make sure everybody's getting taken care of properly. So by hiring the right staff, then I can do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm still getting referrals and stuff like that. It's just I take them because they're my current people that are sending me people.
Right.
So, and I don't want to turn those people away, but I haven't advertised in the 4 years that I've been doing this. I think I may have put one ad out there for 1 month. That's it. For a week, and that's it. I haven't put any ads out. I don't do any promoting or anything like that. And I'll get new clients and they'll come through, and it's been enough. But now I'm ready for the next phase, and I need to start doing what I need to do to get there.
Thinking about a new way of doing it. Well, good.
Yeah, like for example, started the 15th and running through August 31st. The office is now closed on Fridays. So our office hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 to 7, and that's it.
Nice. Friday's your day for you.
Right. So I can either go out, go to the beach, or I can stay in and work on some forms or
hang out with us.
And hang out with you guys. Exactly. Or have an appointment or make a doctor's appointment or get my nails done or get a massage, something fun.
Yeah. Liking the massage deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like the whole mani-pedi, and then the pedicure, you get the massage on the feet. That's
I unfortunately can't do pedicures.
Oh, sorry to hear that. You can send them all my way.
I know. Well, it's kind of hard. Like my toes literally will curl over because they're tickling me so bad.
Oh.
And I'm like dreading. I'm like, okay, get it, and be done. Rah! But I can do, the massage, and even those are a little tricky. But the nail place I found actually does a back massage for you while you're getting your nails done.
That's what mine does, yeah.
Nice.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do they do the whole back massage? And then the first time when I went to this new place about last month, it was the first time I ever had a guy give me a pedicure, and then he was like massaging my legs, and I'm like, is this wrong that I enjoy this strange this strange man that's rubbing up and down my calves? I don't know.
In public, no less.
I know. I asked him if he would take a selfie with me, but he wouldn't.
But this place is really nice. It's actually a bar. So you know how usually you go into a nail salon and you have all the tables and everybody's at tables? This is actually a U-shaped bar, like you would be served drinks, and all of the stylists, all of the manicurists are there, and they stand inside the U, and you sit in your chair, and you're high up. You're not in those crazy little chairs. and they do everything right there on the counter, and it's really nice.
Nice. Nice. That's what you need to do for your stress, Miss Misha. Forget those marshmallows.
So I have a story to tell you guys, but I have to tell you off air because I don't want to mess things up. So
Okay.
Okay.
It's a really good one.
We're overtime anyway. It's time to end. Next week will be the day before 4th of July. We are still hanging out. And then the following week will be our 17 hats. So,
Sweet.
Awesome.
yeah. So everyone have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Yay.
Yay.